Here is a subtraction version of a story problem. Before I start, I meant to say in the last video, students are used to setting up their whiteboard in 3 parts. Typically with their whiteboard, they will see a question on the board, or I will give them a question on a piece of paper. They are used to setting their whiteboard up into 3 parts. They do not need to copy the question. That's the whole point of the notes. They do not need to write these little labels. Those are just there for me to show you how they work. You can always set up these problems ahead of time on a piece of paper, just like I did. But if you just want to read them a problem, they can set up their paper or their board just like how I just showed you. So this one says, my mom made 8 cookies. My dad ate 5 of them before dinner. How many cookies are left? So important numbers we want to circle. 8 cookies. My dad ate 5 of them. Now this is where we really need to pay attention to the vocabulary. A lot of students, just because we practice addition first, they just see the numbers. All right, I know 8 plus 5. No, we need to double check what it's asking. How many cookies are left? Left means we're subtracting. All right, so my notes could look like this. 8 cookies. Okay. And then I could say Dad ate 5. And then I could really just say left, question mark. That would remind me how many are left. So for modeling and an equation, for a picture, I could draw my 8 circles to represent my 8 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I apologize that the handwriting and the circles aren't great. I am just holding my phone. I don't have anything fancy to help me out here. So 8 cookies. Then I want to make sure I double check I am subtracting. If you want to encourage your child to set up the equation first, I love that. 8 minus 5, so then I need to find out what I'm doing. That'll just remind them that they're not adding 5 more circles. They're crossing 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They would count them up. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Now, still need to communicate the answer. Again, this is where we really need to practice looking back at the question. So we're answering how many cookies are left. We're spelling cookies correctly. So the communication of the answer could be this. There are 3 cookies left. And that is how you show a subtraction story problem. Same thing if you want to use a number line to show your work. Still has to be there. Just something has to be shown here. One common thing you see a lot in first grade is some students will go as far to show their work by drawing a thought bubble or saying I used my brain. And I love it. It's so creative. It's awesome. They can do mental math, but they have to show how they're solving even if they know the numbers. So always start with a bigger number. That's why we tell them to always start with a bigger number. So for subtraction, they're not trying to take 8 away from 5. So then 8, go back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. There you go, showing your work. Subtraction story problem.